Hello, and again, welcome to Bit Depth. I'm Santiago Ramones. Across from me is...
Mars.
Hi, Mars.
Hello.
How do we know each other?
Well, we were in a band for like a day.
Yeah.
And then you came to the open mic I go to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much... I'm both, like, sad and not sad about that project sort of, like, fizzling away, but...
I agree with you. So I had basically given a song to Lee. And then in that whole process, I was like, actually, wait, never mind. I like the song. I want to play it for myself.
Sure.
So I got my song back. So that's something that I feel good about. But also, like, I lost the opportunity to be a part of music. So
Sure. Yeah, but you can still be a part of music.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
still
I'm a
doing
part
your
of
stuff.
music all the time, just not with other people.
Right. That's fine. So, wait, did I say? Yeah, okay. Who are you? What do you do?
I am Mars. I go to school and work, and that's it. Sometimes I am with friends, but that's about the only three things I do. I guess I write songs too.
Yeah, you make music. That's I know you for that, or I know you through that at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I guess I kind of sold myself short. I am a musician. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. I mean, that's a good enough thing. Which of those things is your main thing?
Oh, I don't know. My instinct is to say musician, but I would say currently I am doing more school than music.
Yeah.
But like kind of at its core, like if somebody was like, what's one cool, interesting fact about you? Share with the table. I'll be like, oh, musician.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be my thing.
What are you going to school for and why?
I am going to school to be a women's gender and sexuality studies major.
Cool.
I haven't quite worked out all of the details with what I'm going to do with that yet, but I basically want to do something along the lines of like teaching like accurate sex positive sex education.
Hell yeah.
Doing something with Planned Parenthood. I have to get my hands on that. And then also kind of a weird in the back of my mind, like goal is to be a college professor. But I don't know if I have the drive within me to get a PhD. So.
Depends. How do you like typing very long papers?
I think the longest paper I've ever written was like 15 pages, and that was fine.
Rookie numbers. Rookie numbers, at least as far as like PhDs go. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can write like a 200 page.
Sure.
Like, I'm sure I could if I tried.
Right.
But do I want to pay a lot of money to write a very, very long book
that's the
paper?
other hard part.
No.
So why that major?
Good question. It kind of, I was writing a paper about why I was a feminist the other day. And basically the point of the paper was like, it's the natural conclusion of my life to be where I am. Essentially the last like 3 generations, like my great grandma, grandma, and mother have all been very strong and interesting women in their own ways. And kind of when you come from that, you're already like, before you have the language for feminism, you're kind of like, okay, men and women are equal, and women are not treated the right way. So you already believe in that. And then I got older and realized like what feminism was. And then I learned what intersectional feminism was. And it all just kind of fit. It just gave language to what I already believed in.
Yeah.
And then I learned there was a major for that. And I learned that like I could possibly spend my entire life like helping LGBT plus people, or, you know, helping out women. And I was like, I have to do it.
Yeah.
And so here I am.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What is your definition of feminism? Because that's a troublesome thing.
if I wanted to just give like the baby definition, it's literally like men and women are equal, and now we have to fight to bring women up to that.
Mhm.
And I think when I say that, a lot of people get confused where they say, oh, I think they think that we want to bring men down.
Mhm.
And that's not entirely how I see it at all.
Sure.
Because it's really just like paying women the same, or even just like getting a doctor to listen to their like problems and
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just brushing them off.
Sure.
So it's not, I don't know. It's just kind of like there's a lot of injustice in the world,
Mhm.
and especially towards women, and then you can't even like get into like women of color and then like disabilities,
Sure.
and that just trails off into its own thing. But essentially my definition of feminism is like
Mhm.
believing women are equal to men and then working to make them equal to men.
Yeah. This is a dumb question, but how are they not?
So I mentioned the pay gap.
Mhm.
And then I mentioned like the doctor's office
Mhm.
and stuff like that. Like I have a couple of like chronic pain issues.
Mhm.
And getting diagnosed with those was really hard, because when you go in and you go, hello, I am in pain every single day of my life,
Sure.
they go, oh, it's hormones. And I'm like, I literally what? I remember I was, I think, either 8 to 10 years old, and I was having migraines frequently. And I went to the doctor, and my mom was in there with me. And I don't know why she didn't stand up for me, but also who knows? I was like, hey, I'm having migraines. And like I said, 8 to 10 years old. And my doctor was like, oh, it's hormones. And I'm like, what hormones? Like, I
Yeah.
literally don't have them. I have them, but like, I don't have them yet.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of the first like thing that made me realize that like people don't listen to women. And I don't identify as a woman, but like I present as one.
Sure.
So people treat me like one.
Mhm.
And I got off on a tangent. Anyway, the way women are not equal, pay gap, doctor appointments, and then also in just general, like the victim blaming. Let me count the ways. They're all escaping me right now, but there's so many more.
Right. And I mean, I asked the dumb question because it's like, yes, there's a range, and we know that, and that's why these are things worth fighting for, and fighting against. Why is another dumb question, but why is the world this way? If men and women are equal, why do we just not do that?
There's a lot of history involved in that question that I am not privy to. Why is the world this way? I don't know, because actually, like when you go really far back into history, like women played like a really, really like integral part of society. Like a lot of women were like the hunters and gatherers and stuff like that. Like women were very important and had a very important place in society. And there's like something about like whenever they left like nomadic cultures, like when people stopped like traveling around and like hunter and gathering and stuff, they started to like have children whenever like farming was invented and stuff like that. They started to have children because they could stay in one place. And then somewhere in that, it all got lost in translation, and women's job became child rearing.
Sure.
And then somewhere in that translation, it became their only job and the only thing they're worthy of doing. And then hundreds and hundreds of years of history happened, and then we are here today.
Yeah. I mean, there's also just like biology to blame. I mean, yes, like men and women are literally different in that we have the distinction. But yeah, there's also the truth that like back before agriculture, we would like men and women would raise children together, and also just as a community. And so it didn't really matter really who your father or mother were. It was just like, hey, guardians. But anyways, trailing into sexuality. Feminism is specifically political, but then you go further into sexuality and sexual education and Planned Parenthood and all that stuff. Why that?
So I would say, like, kind of my own experiences in life has kind of made me want to do this stuff where, like, when I was in school, we had like one day in the fourth grade, we had one day in the fourth grade where we watched a video about periods. They separated the girls and they separated the boys, and the girls watched videos about periods. And I don't know what the guys watched a video about, but who knows?
Balls.
Yes. Yeah. It was a video about periods, and that was it. And actually, for the rest of my time going to that school, we never talked about sex or body issues or anything ever again. I had to teach myself all of that, at which point I became, I don't want to say very educated, but pretty educated in everything. And
at least more than most people your age in Oklahoma.
Yeah, more than anyone in my school got. So. Yeah. And it kind of just, I started learning about, like, the rate of teen pregnancy in Oklahoma. And then also the rate that, like, more, like, lower income, like, cities and stuff like that have a lot more unplanned pregnancies and, like, and it's all education. Yeah. You know, like, it's literally it, like, luckily, for some reason, in my graduating class, I don't think anybody got pregnant.
Cool.
Which, good on them. But, like, it's still one of those things that, like, we have, like, one of the highest rates of teen pregnancy in the U.S. And I can see why.
Sure.
No one says anything.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's so important because, like, people get really mad about abortion and they're like, you can't kill babies. And I'm like, well, if you think about it, if people use protection and birth control, and if birth control was free or a lot cheaper and more readily available, there would be a lot less unplanned pregnancies, which means less abortions. So the answer kind of solves itself, but then people are like, if you teach people sex ed, then they're going to have sex. And I'm like, I mean, they're going to have sex anyway. So might as well let them know about it, I guess. Like, to me, the answer is clear, but I literally got into an argument with my neurologist the other day about this. So.
How old was this person?
He's old.
That kind of explains some of it. The good old okay boomer. But so then how do we, I'm full of stupid questions. Why doesn't abstinence work?
Because people just don't do it. That's it. Like, yeah, abstinence technically is the best way to prevent pregnancy and the spread of STIs, but, like, no one does that. Well, some people do, but, like, no one does that. Like, it works when people do it, but people don't. So that's why it doesn't work.
Yeah. Why? I mean, shouldn't, if abstinence is, like, the most effective way to prevent pregnancies, then that should be the only thing that we're teaching. I'm clear sarcasm.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't really think I had much more to that thought. It's just kind of like, have sex if you want and just wear condoms and use birth control. Thank you.
Yeah. What did you learn yourself because of your going beyond just the one day in school that they told you this stuff? And what was, like, the thing that made it so important to you that you were like, I want to look into this further?
I don't really know what made it so important to me. It just kind of was.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, learned about it, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm meant to do, and just kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
I think like what I think also what made it more important is like my mom and I tell each other everything, and like I would like she was talking to me about something, and I told her about something about periods, and she was like, I didn't know that, and I was like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but I was like, you should know this. Actually, you should have taught me this.
Yeah.
But like, I don't blame her, because actually I was raised Catholic. So
Hey, me too.
I did not believe in birth control whatsoever growing up. And then I just learned the truth. And so even if she was going to teach me about all of this, my like tiny Catholic brain would have been like, blaspheme. You are being blasphemous right now.
I will get to the religion thing later. But side tangent, but I'll connect it. Music. How'd you get into that? Why is that important?
I have always loved music, just as long as I can remember. And I've been singing for as long as I can remember. And everyone's always been like, your voice is so good. And I'm like, and I don't know. I always dreamed of like becoming a famous singer, you know? And up until probably about 3 years ago, that was still the plan. I was still like, I'm going to be famous no matter what. And then, so I would write songs, which really they were more like poetry because they didn't have music to them.
Sure.
So I was writing poems for a long time. And then like one day, I think I was like 16, I was like, I'm just going to learn the ukulele.
Yeah.
Because I had tried to learn guitar before, but I'd never had formal lessons, and I was just trying to teach myself through books, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
And I had like received several guitars as gifts, and it just never worked, and I never played them. And so I like bought the cheapest ukulele I could find off Amazon. Not the cheapest, but one of them. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try to learn the ukulele, and I'm going to buy a cheap one, because if I don't learn it, then I'm not going to like waste all this money on a ukulele. And then I learned it, and it just kind of worked out. And then I bought like a very expensive ukulele, which I will not say how much it cost because I'm ashamed I bought it. And then a couple years after playing ukulele, I picked up the guitar again. And I'm not very good at it, but also that's because I don't practice.
That's fine.
Because really, like, I don't really have an interest in becoming like an instrumentalist. That's not really my thing. I just kind of use it as a tool for my words. Like, ideally, if somehow I did get famous, like, I don't want to be known for like the greatest guitar player ever. Like, I'm not interested in that. I just need my lyrics to have a vehicle to ride so they enter people's ears.
Yeah. Do you like study music at all, or is it more of just an intuitive learn as you go sort of thing?
Intuitive learn as you go. I literally don't know a single thing about theory. I was a music major for like a semester. I failed music theory so hard. And then I was like, theory doesn't make sense to me. I can't.
That's fine.
Because also what I learned is that like essentially I know music theory, I just don't know the words for it.
Yeah.
Because like I can play chords for you that sound good together in a key, but I would not be able to tell you what a key is or what chords go in the key. I just kind of know in my head what chords should follow. Yeah. So don't ask me to explain anything to you, but I can play you the key of C. So.
Right, yeah. Who are your biggest musical influences?
Influences, I really like Stella Donnelly a whole lot. She is an angel, and I love her. I don't really know if she influences me. Like, she kind of does in the way that, like, she plays electric guitar and sings. Sure. But, like, my music doesn't sound like her music. Sure. I guess that would be an influence. I don't know. And then I also really like Snail Mail. Another singer, plays an electric guitar. So I guess like those would be influences.
Mhm.
But as far as like what made me want to make music,
Mhm.
I would say probably like somewhere in between like early 2000s hot heat and then like Neutral Milk Hotel, which
Mm.
I sound like neither of those people, but like
Mhm.
Hot Heat was a big part of my childhood, and that and
Mm.
like Jimmy Eat World and Green Day and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But then like for the last like 7 years, Neutral Milk Hotel has been my favorite band.
Mm.
And like anytime I think about like what I want to like get out of music, like I
Mhm.
realize that it's a I don't want to say coping method, like it is kind of a coping method,
Mhm.
but like you can tell with Jeff Mangum's lyrics that like he's working through stuff. Um and they don't make any sense to me, but I feel them
Yeah.
just so hard.
Mhm.
And what makes me want to make music is just like the thought that someone else could have that feeling.
Yeah.
So influences like Stella Donnelly Snail Mail,
Mhm.
inspiration Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like that. And I mean, I hear a lot of like Rebecca Sugar type stuff in your stuff.
I don't know if I've ever listened to Rebecca Sugar.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever watched Steven Universe?
I've seen like the first 5 episodes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Rebecca Sugar's stuff is that like ukulele person singing sing-songy stuff.
Mhm.
So it's similar, and I think you would like it. And maybe you might be like, whoa, this sounds a lot like me. This is uncomfortable. But yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe this whole time I have been Rebecca Sugar.
Oh, okay. That would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, this whole time it's just been me.
No, okay.
Surprise.
Well, I love the show. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, and also I've moved away a lot from the ukulele stuff, which recently I kind of made the decision that I want to go back to.
Mhm.
'Cause now my songwriting is so like heavy.
Sure.
Where like I literally wrote a song like about my abandonment issues.
Mhm.
And like I played it once and I've never played it again because it was literally so hard for me to play.
Mhm.
And then I saw a video of me the other day playing at the venue, which is where public access used to be.
Mhm.
And I was having so much fun.
Mhm.
You know, I was playing ukulele and just singing and I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, music is still fun for me, but
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm not writing songs about like growing a penny tree in my backyard anymore. And I kind of miss that like I don't want to say innocence, but like kind of
Childlike
just
wonder.
yeah, just the fun of it, you know, just kind of like going, oh, okay, a spider, then let's just write a song about a spider now instead of
Yeah.
being like, oh, who wants to hear about my childhood trauma?
Yeah. And that's an awkward thing that I go through a lot as well, so I get that. What I mean, sure, that you kind of answered the question, but what do you write about?
I write about anything from growing a penny in my backyard to how I'm afraid of losing everyone I love. So just kind of in general, I wrote a song about water bears once.
Nice.
But then I also wrote a song about how I have a complicated relationship with my father. So just take your pick.
Yeah.
I could be either of those on any given day.
Yeah. You can expect anything. Go for it. What's something that people don't understand about doing music?
So much. For me specifically, I don't think I've received a lot of backlash when I told people I wanted to be a musician. I have had some people being like, well, that's not a career. And I'm like, I guess. I mean, like, it literally is a career. I'm pretty sure you listen to music every day. So I'm pretty sure it is a career. But I don't know. People really haven't given me too much crap for it.
Cool.
But just kind of in general, people don't understand a lot of it. But
Kind of broader philosophical questions about music, but what is selling out? Is there such a thing?
I want to say yes, but also I want to say no, because if you think about me, I've done like the opposite of selling out, where I went from like writing really fun, upbeat ukulele songs to like writing really sad songs. So I'd like opposite sold out, where like I unconformed.
Yeah.
But like I guess selling out is like conforming, but also I have to realize that like people change, you know, and I think it's hard for a lot of people to tell the difference between changing and selling out. Because like one of my favorite bands, I'm still on the fence of whether I think they're selling out or not. Because their music has definitely changed in a way that I don't like. And I think if people don't like the change, then they call it selling out. Because like Paramore's last album, After Laughter, I loved that. It was such a departure from their old stuff. But I think I've liked it more than anything else they've put out.
Cool.
So like, of course, to me, that's not selling out because I liked it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they were writing songs about like depression or something. And now they're still writing songs about depression, but it's like to 80s dance music.
Sure.
And I think certain Paramore fans didn't really like that.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, oh my God, I listened to that for a whole summer. Like, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I guess maybe there's a thing as selling out, but really I think it's change. And if people don't like it, they're going to call it that.
Yeah.
Because I do think, I guess there is people who do change for money. Like, I kind of maybe think that Panic at the Disco is doing that right now, currently.
That's not an uncontroversial statement.
Okay.
You don't have to like hush say it. Yeah.
The
dude literally like kicked out everyone in the band and it's just him now. So
well, my friend Hannah really likes Panic at the Disco, so really I'm doing that so she doesn't hear me.
Sure. Well, I said it very loudly. The dude kicked everyone else out of the band like 2 albums ago, and then it's just Brendan Urie, but just kept the name because it is popular.
Yeah, I literally don't even think you could call them Panic at the Disco anymore.
Yeah, it's just Brendan Urie.
Yeah, it's Brendan at the Disco.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, and then I read something the other day that apparently like he didn't write any of the songs on like the first 2 albums. Like maybe he wrote a little bit of them, but like I don't remember.
It was a band.
Yeah, the band. I don't know, and that's I don't know. I don't know. I stopped liking Panic like 2 albums ago. I was a really big fan though. I went to like 6 or 7 of their shows. And I like them a lot, but now I do not.
I really like A Fever You Can't Sweat Out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a really big fan of A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. I don't think I'm a Panic at the Disco fan.
Yeah. And honestly, and what's bad is that like with their new change, it's almost kind of made me resent it as a whole.
Yeah.
Cause like Vices and Virtues is really good. Pretty Odd, not entirely my favorite album, but really good. And then A Fever You Can't Sweat Out is really, really good.
Yeah.
But now because of the change and about how I am afraid of change and I literally can't listen to them anymore just because I'm like, it makes me angry and also it annoys me. So
yeah,
rest in peace, Panic at the Disco.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just a different band now. But that leads me to the question right after that. Do you separate art from the artist?
Usually no. I try to sometimes. But like the Orwells, Mario Cuomo, the lead singer, basically got in trouble for messing around with underage girls. And actually I think another member of the band did too. And I just undownloaded everything I had from them. Also, they're bad live. They're bad live performers.
Oh, okay.
I said it.
That's fine.
But like I undownloaded everything. And like it's really hard for me because I love that band. I think they're a really good band. I think their music is really good.
Yeah.
And if I want to like get real fired up and like kick a trash can over or something like that, then that's what I would listen to.
Sure.
But also that's so gross. Like that's such a gross thing to do.
Has he like said anything about it?
Oh, he was basically like, no, I didn't, and then the whole band broke up. So, which leads
that's the worst way to do that.
Leads me to believe he was actually guilty. I think that if he were innocent, he probably would have continued making music. So gross. I hate him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the absolute worst way that you can do that.
Yeah.
I always bring this up every time I ask the question, but one of my favorite bands is Brand New. And it was a similar thing where a long time ago, the lead singer had like done some shit with underage girls. And so, but he did the opposite where he was like, yeah, I did do that. I was messed up. I like went to therapy about it and tried to talk to people about it. And like, I've done everything I can. I'm sorry. And so at that point I was like, okay.
And like, yeah. So like what he did, I would consider to be unforgivable. But I think if you own up and go, I have made active choices to change in my life, then I think that's okay. And I think in that specific circumstance, you can separate art from artist, because he owned up to it. And he was like, that was bad of me. Oopsie.
It wasn't just oopsie.
Yeah,
I
know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that's good. I admire that. Because like another thing that I brought up in class the other day was that we were watching Gone with the Wind, and there's like that whole scene where they're fighting, and then it cuts away, and she wakes up in bed in the morning, which like is a rape scene basically.
Yeah.
And we were
Blade
like,
Runner as well. That had a thing.
Yeah. And so we were discussing in class, we're like, can we separate the art from that? And I had complicated feelings about that because like that movie is also racist, but it was like made in the 40s or whatever. So, so I don't support that stuff, obviously. But also the movie is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That I just want to watch it because it's just gorgeous to look at.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened to me with like The Politician. I didn't really like that show, but it was such a gorgeous show that I just kept watching it. So I don't know. I don't know if I can separate art from artist or not. Like I can, but I can't. I don't, it's circumstantial.
Sure. Yeah. And that's actually a good answer. Like, why music?
Good question. I don't know. It just kind of is. Actually, no, I do know the answer to this. Okay. When I was a kid, my parents were getting a divorce, and I could like hear them fighting from the other room. So I had stolen my mom's iPod and would listen to that at night.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of there for me. And then it just affected me emotionally that I was like, I want to do this. And now I do it.
Yeah. No, that's actually a really good, solid answer. What's something that people don't normally know about you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty open. I would say it is very surprising when people find out my favorite color is pastel pink. That usually surprises people. It's not a very deep thing about me, but I wear lots of black and red.
Sure.
Which those are two of my favorite colors. But like if I had a choice, I would pastel pink. I don't wear it because my face is usually pretty red. So it like, I just look like Pepto-Bismol basically. But like favorite color. And that usually surprises people. But anything else, I don't really know. I feel like I'm really open. And also like my friends know everything about me. So I don't think anything is really surprising.
Sure. And then what advice do you have for other people starting out in music?
It's okay to sound bad. You will. Sometimes for a while, sometimes for not a while.
Yeah.
Just have fun, you know? If it's what you want to do, just do it. And like people are gonna hate you. But like if it makes you feel good, then like that's really all that matters. Like, yes, people hating you is very terrible.
Yeah.
And it sucks and it's really discouraging. But like even if you just do it alone in your room, just do it. It's very healing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you write about, just write.
Yeah. Cool. Changing gears. There's no good transition. What is the role of spirituality or religion in your life?
Really nothing right now. Cool. I'm kind of thinking about going back to church, just to kind of like test it out, see what's going on. I believe in God, but I don't worship him. Like I think he's out there. I just don't really know if he has that big of an impact on my life. So I don't know. I've been thinking about going back to church. But like part of the reason why I stopped is because like the no birth control thing of Catholicism, and also like how the church feels about gay people. And I don't know if I can separate the art from the artist.
Fair point. What is your definition of God? Let's start there.
So the way I came to terms with this a long time ago is religion in general. Like I imagine like a diamond that has facets on all sides. And in the inside of that diamond is God. And then all of the facets are the different gods that people believe in. I think that like God is everything, but I don't think it's just one God. I think it's like a lot of different gods, but they're all the same God, if that makes sense. Like it's literally just like, I think humans need something to believe in. I think like the abstract concept of God is just too abstract. So they put faces to it. But other than that, I don't know. I think there is an air of spiritualness in everything, kind of. But I don't know if I would call that God. I think everything is kind of magical, for lack of a better word. But I don't know if that's God. So like God's everything, but also he's not.
Yeah. How did you get to there from Catholic?
I have no clue. I don't know. I have a vague idea. So basically around like middle school or whatever, I was struggling with Catholicism, and I had this babysitter who went to Life Church, and I did not like her. She found tarot cards in my house and told my grandma that she needed to talk to her priest. And I was like, literally just clean the house. Why are you telling me how to live my life? And she basically had a lot of opinions that I did not agree with. And she was trying to tell me that her way was right. And I was kind of like, well, your way is not right. But if I don't think your way is right and you don't think my way is right, then what is actually right? And then I came to the conclusion that no one is right.
Cool.
And then I just kind of decided to believe in whatever I wanted to. So I actually was a Wiccan for quite a few years as well. Cool. But not a very good one. I was very solitary and like secular, I guess. Which I guess doesn't make sense with Wiccan because you believe in the god and the goddess. I don't know. I had a weird brand of like spiritual witchcraft that I did for several years.
You also just said, I decided to believe in whatever I wanted to. So like, there's not like rules here.
And I don't know. I was basically like, no one's right. We all are just trying to live. And I'm just going to do what I want.
Yeah. Cool. That's dope. Free will ?
I dropped a class because the professor spent like the entire first day of class trying to convince everybody that we don't have free will. And I was like, I see your point, but you're literally so obnoxious that I cannot handle a semester with you. And now I see him in the halls and I'm like avoiding him. I'm like, don't look at me. Free will. I want to say yeah, you know, but in the same sense, I do believe that like maybe God knows everything that's going to happen. But at what point does knowing everything that's going to happen mean that you do everything that's going to happen? Like that you made that happen? I don't know. I personally think I have free will. I don't really know why I believe that. I just feel like I do. Like, I don't know. I don't believe that everything happens for a reason. So I just think stuff happens because it happens, and then you do stuff because you do stuff.
Yeah. If then you don't have like a specific thing that you believe or like a thing that really guides what the moral is, then how do you determine what good behavior is?
How it makes me feel.
Cool.
Like when I was like 17, I stole a lot. And it didn't make me feel good. At which point I was like, maybe this is not a good thing to do.
Sure.
Also, the law
Sure, yeah, that's
kind of is illegal a little bit. And I do things that make me feel good because I think they're good. I don't know. It's all very, I don't know. I want to say circumstantial, but I don't really know. Of course, the law tells you what is good to do and not to do. But like morally, like, I guess that's where my Catholicism comes in, where like you kind of treat others the way you want to be treated and stuff like that. Like
that's been around way longer than Catholicism. So
that was not the right.
No, you're good. But
has that been around longer than Catholicism? Okay. I was thinking the Golden Rule specifically.
Yeah.
I was like, I think, was it always called the Golden Rule?
I mean, probably not.
I think the name for it came after Catholicism.
I think morality definitely existed long before Catholicism did.
You're so right. I'm just so tired.
No, it's all good. It's just that, like, I don't know. Nope, this is not my podcast. This is your podcast. Go on.
I mean, it actually literally is your podcast.
Right, but, like, I'm asking you questions and you're answering them, but I don't need to be like inserting my points of view. We'll do that on the next episode.
What was the question again?
How do you determine what good is?
I guess it's just kind of leftovers from Catholic upbringing, I guess. You know, you just kind of learn what's good and bad. But then I guess after what Catholicism didn't teach me, I kind of made up for myself. It's just I don't know. I'm also kind of a moral relativist.
That's fine.
With like a little sprinkle of Kant in there. Like, I do believe that you should always do the good thing, but in certain circumstances, the good thing could be
sure.
Like,
yeah. I'm right there with you. Then how do you live with or against the selfishness that permeates a lot of our culture, especially in America?
I feel like I am pretty selfish, but also not at the same time. Like, I think I'm willing to like give up a lot.
Sure.
But like when it comes to like my own happiness, I'm kind of very stingy. If you can even call it stingy when it's your own happiness, but like like I really do think about myself first in a lot of circumstances. which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing.
Sure.
I think there is definitely a time and a place to put yourself first, but basically through like a long history of manipulation, I have now kind of swung the opposite way where like I go, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to do whatever I want because it makes me happy. Which usually is a good thing, but sometimes does get me into trouble.
Sure.
So I don't really know if I combat any of the selfishness of society, but I also don't think that I am the most selfish person in the world.
I mean, you did mention the golden rule, and so it's like that's kind of the corollary connection whereas I pull that question, but and that kind of goes into the political conversation, which is like it feels like conservatism and progressivism is basically like don't touch my shit versus hey, can we like make a community, like help each other out a little bit? All of that to say, how do we reduce the division? Because the conversation has become incredibly toxic.
Oh God. Reducing. Honestly, if I could give you like a solid answer to this, I would have solved it. Like we would not be currently dealing with this.
And I'm not looking for like the answer. This is just like your opinion, yo.
I don't know where to begin. I think that like there's a lot of misunderstanding. So like essentially like when people hear like, oh, you want free healthcare, so you're just going to tax us. You go, well, you're already being taxed. And if you like divide the cost of healthcare by everyone in the US, it's literally like not that much, yo.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting taxed that much. But I think people are so concerned with like, oh no, more money, that they're just not willing to see it. So I think like even if you say, oh, we're only going to tax the rich, people still get real anxious about it.
Sure.
And like, sorry, you'll never be a billionaire. Like it doesn't concern you.
Yeah.
But like it's what like if we could just like train a really rich politician, just train them and insert them into like a right-wing thing, and then they could just like dismantle it from the inside, because I think that they're not going to listen to anyone outside of their own circle. So the only way to do that is to just kind of weasel in, and just kind of implant ideas that way. Like one of my old bosses was super, super left-leaning, but was registered Republican, because he wanted to basically like make sure the Republican he didn't want to win didn't get votes, so he voted for the other ones that were less bad. So I think like that's kind of a good like thing to do. So I think like that's what we got to do. We just got to like train someone, put them in the enemies thing, and then see what happens from there.
Right. Someone gets started on the benevolent Trump robot, and then we'll like just do a covert replacement. Yeah. And it'll be really
work.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm sure some STEM team could do it.
Yeah. And then, you know, just because like if robot Trump went out and was like, you know what, maybe we should look out for each other and like try and work this out, do you think the like MAGA folks would be like, yeah, okay? Or would they just like, what the hell, he's turned on us, get him?
Oh goodness. I think there'll be a mixed bag on that one. I think that some people are so in love with him that no matter what he says, they'll follow. And then I think some people actually do believe that way and will turn on him. Like my grandma, I don't really think that she like is super interested in his she is, but she isn't. Like, yes, she believes that like immigrants are running the country. But I also think that like she hated Obama enough and loves Trump enough that if he was maybe like, hey, immigrants are not that bad, she would go, okay, I think I see your point.
Yeah.
That's one specific example, but also my grandma is cool sometimes. So
Right. Well, cultural indoctrination will do a lot to.
Well, and then what kills me is that like literally her dad was Mexican and she's like that. And I'm like, what happened here?
Yeah. Split our brains. What was the other thing? What makes you optimistic for our future? Because things look kind of bleak, but you know, let's give us something to look forward to.
I don't know. I honestly don't spend a whole lot of time in dread. I think it's because like I am too busy like trying to pass school.
Sure.
That like I don't really find myself with so much overwhelming dread. But like I don't want to say blind faith, but like kind of just like a weird optimism. I don't know what keeps me optimistic, but I'm just kind of like maybe it can't be like this forever. Like
yeah.
Like statistically, like
Sure.
maybe it couldn't be. And then also just kind of like maybe the world will end and we won't have to deal with any of this.
Yeah.
Which is like my weird nihilistic thing
Yeah.
that I do. That I go, oh, maybe I'll get a PhD because then if the world ends, I don't have to pay back student loans.
Yeah. Sure. But I mean, you can die anyways and still not have to pay student
That's
loans. So,
true.
Yeah. Do you believe that humans are evil inherently? Or by nature, or whatever you want to.
I don't want to say yes. I do think there are a lot of inherently evil people out there. But I think like through things like religion, some people are good. But also the world is getting more complicated every day. So I think that kind of complicates the nature of like good and evil. Because like, yes, in like the 1800s, there were really bad people. But I also think that like when you add in like social media and like television and then like news websites that can post whatever they want, it really kind of muddies the waters of like what's evil, because also like how much of those evil ideas are your own. So I don't really think people are evil by nature. I think it's a lot of influence, because also going back to like nomads of the thousands and thousands of years ago, which we don't really know all the ins and outs of them, but like what was their nature like, you know? Like, was there a lot of murder then? Or, you know, like I'd have to like be able to see the dawn of time to be able to really see if people were evil. I don't think so. I think there are definitely evil people out there, but I don't think everybody is evil.
Yeah. Cool. What makes you content?
My cat.
Sweet.
That's it.
What's your cat's name?
Folly. Folly. She's just a house cat. She's just a tabby, like American short-haired mutt, basically. My cat, and also like just being around people I like.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Just kind of the company of others, I guess, is what makes me content.
Dope. When will you be satisfied?
Oh, yikes. I don't know. I would say I become more satisfied every single day. Of course, there are a lot of things I want, you know, like I want to have like money to live. But also, like, at least with where I'm at in my life right now, where I'm not like dying or starving,
Yeah.
I'm pretty content. Like, there are things I want, like, but I'm fine without them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Also, the older I get, I think the more I appreciate the place I live in.
Mm-hmm.
Because growing up, I really hated Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And then the older I get, I find better people and better communities and stuff like that. And I become more at ease.
Yeah.
So I'm not really having this like burning drive to get out, gotta move away.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of every day I learn to love more things in my life,
Yeah.
and I become more satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
So like right now, currently I am content and satisfied.
Yeah.
Tomorrow could be different.
Sure.
But I kind of a general overall thing, I'm pretty satisfied just
Yeah.
kind of with where I'm at.
Cool. What advice do you have for people in general?
Get some sleep. Get
That's
some
not
sleep.
bad.
Drink some water. You know, eat food that you like and cook at home more.
Yeah.
Which is all things that I need to follow. Really, this is just advice for me.
That's fine.
But I think in general, if
Mhm.
people like slept and drank water,
Mm-hmm.
people would be a lot less angry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't remember. Yeah, it was a podcast that I was listening to, but someone was talking about how they were like, they get into arguments with like their wife or something, and a lot of times they'll like check themselves and be like, are we actually angry at each other, or have we just not eaten in a bit? When was the last time that we ate? And they're like, oh, okay, cool, we're actually just hangry.
Mm-hmm.
And then it like sorts itself out.
Yeah,
cool.
that's a really good. I'm gonna do that next time I get into an argument. I'm like, wait a second, eat a protein bar.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I just think that like then there's also like philosophical advice, which is like do what makes you happy, but that's kind of terrible advice. Like it's good advice, but like it's overdone and it's hard to accomplish.
Sure.
So I think stuff that's easy to accomplish for most people, get some sleep, drink some water, cook at home more.
Yeah. Pretty good. I guess learning to cook is also like a step before then.
Yeah. Maybe that's my advice. Learn to cook. Just because I know for me, cooking is very fun. And I always feel very, very proud of myself when I have completed a dish and it tastes good.
Yeah.
Really doesn't even have to taste good. Just if I have completed something, like if I have just made something, I try to plate it up all pretty. And then I'm just that much more happy.
Yeah, exactly. Simple things. Lastly, probably one of the hardest questions. Cake or pie?
Pie.
It's cool. No
I
hesitation.
hate frosting.
Okay. Corollary to that is cheesecake pie.
I'll counter that. Are smoothies fruit soups?
Soup requires heat.
There are cold soups.
Those aren't soups.
What are they?
Unblended smoothies.
Like technically cheesecake is not a pie because the name says cake,
right.
But also like just the nature of the thing is technically a pie.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a pie, but also it is a cake.
Sure. So like name is
yeah, like it's kind of semantics. Like, you know, also because you do like water baths for cheesecakes. You know, you put them in the water and then you put them in the oven. And you don't really do that for other pies. I'm not a pie expert, so I don't know.
Sure.
So I think also like what you make the pie, like how you make the pie is different. I also don't think a lot of pies have like that graham cracker crust.
Yeah.
Like maybe Pumpkin does sometimes, but like
it depends.
Yeah. I also think that like there are little things that lean it more towards the cake category.
It can, it's an ongoing discussion. I like to ask the question.
It's fun. I love answering questions like that. Like, is ketchup a smoothie?
That's not.
I don't know. It could be.
I think it's, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I love just answering dumb questions like that.
Sure.
Because inevitably someone will get angry.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so much fun.
Not a big deal. Just drink some water.
Yeah, drink some water, go to bed.
Yeah. Mars, thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you.
Where can we find you and your things?
Mostly I am on Instagram at punk_crocs. I am also on Spotify. I'm hard to find on Spotify because I only have like 17 listeners. But if you search like Dirt and then Mars, and then you like find a picture of like some cups, like a pot, not a pot. Is it a pot? Like you plant a thing in?
It's like a
potted plant.
Yeah.
Like potted plants on a windowsill, but they're all dead. And it's just like dirt, basically. That is my song Dirt, and then you can listen to me there.
Yeah.
Or there is a link to my Spotify in my Instagram bio, and that's going to be so much easier.
That's a lot easier.
Also, come to Public Access if you're in Oklahoma City. Every Sunday night, sign-ups at 7, starts at 7:30. Comedy, music, poetry, really just kind of a variety show. You can do whatever you want there.
It is an open mic. You can do whatever. And I miss it. I wish I could go more often. I'm a very busy boy.
Oh, and then also Public Access has an Instagram. It's at Public Access Open Mic, so you can get the updates.
Heck yeah. Wait, where is it again? Did you say that? Or
it is at the Paramount Room on Sheridan in like downtown OKC.
Heck yeah. I love that place. The community's great. Everyone's super supportive. Do what you want there. Try stuff out. Be bad and then be good.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. Cool. Again, thank you. I'm very grateful. I'm Santiago Ramones.
I'm Mars.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I make music. You can find my master's recital or all the singer-songwriter stuff. There's some stuff coming soon for all the stuff that I've been doing with Power Cycle, which is a experimental electronic music trio. You can find us on YouTube or on Instagram, Power Cycle Music. But we're gonna be posting a lot more stuff soon, and there's like a lot more music to be had soon. But right now it's YouTube, so find that or my website, santiagoramones.com, where you can also find this podcast, and you can find it on all of the other platforms, which you can like and leave reviews and leave comments and say the things that you like, and hopefully not the things that you didn't like, but I like to know what I did wrong. Just don't say bad things about the guests because they are very good people. I was in the podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.